ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I know this is going to be complicated to explain, but let me say something. I have only watched clips of the Acceleracers show, and the reason why I'm talking about Acceleracers here, because I got not one, but two of the brand new 2025 Acceleracers cars from a Walmart that's actually far away from my local Walmart. Now, the rest of these are flea market finds, but some of them I got at Walmart, including that gold car right there, which I'll talk about later. But then you might be taking a look over here, and you might be wondering, what on earth are these? I've never seen cars like these before. Well, what have I told you? These are actually my custom prototypes of my updated cars. Or like I have a fan-made team called the Wolverine Roadburners, and it's going to consist of the Split Image 2, the Excessive, it's going to also include the Dodge Viper, either the original version or the retool. Then we got the Ford Mustang GTD, which, warning, I have one right here. And I can't spoil much more. I'll do a video on the Roadburners eventually. I mean, they are just my fictional Highway 35 team. But this video is going to be interesting because there's some versions here that I would like to talk about. So anyways, let's get into the video. We're going to start off in the bottom row and move our way to the top. Now, some of these cars are going to be from the flea market, while some of them are going to be from like a thrift store or Walmart, which is the case for these two Acceleracers cars. I did not get these two from a flea market. I got these two actually from Walmart. So, let's take a look at the cars in the front. Firstly, the reason why I picked this one up because I've never seen a casting like this before, nor anybody talks about it. This is the GM Lean Machine, which GM is short for General Motors, which means this is the concept car that was made in the 80s, the early 80s, I believe, just to showcase the future of automotive transportation, which obviously this didn't really work out, so let's get this opened up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if the box is flipped over right now. I mean, if you take a look at the blooper reel, you can see why. Because my mother keeps yapping all the time. Now, anyways, take a look at this price sticker. It's a Kmart price sticker from like 1995, I believe, and it says it was for 94 cents. Now they go for like $1.25. So let's get this opened up. That was easy. Now, this is a very light casting. Like, it has a metal base, plastic body. But then something about the canopy is weird. I mean, I did see some photos of the canopy being completely removed, but I don't know how they were able to do that. I really don't. I don't know if it's meant to be a special feature or not. I'm not really sure. I don't want to talk about this casting no more. It's just too weird. And speaking of weird castings, we're going to take a look at the Alien. Now, the last time this Alien was released was in the Final Run series in 1999. Say goodbye to Alien. Now, I picked this one up because this is a really interesting casting to me, and I would love to pick this up. And luckily, I found one. Oh, Jesus Christ. And now, let's get this opened up because, well, I don't want to talk about the packaging no more because it's just the normal 1998 to 2000 packaging. Yeah. There we go. We got Alien. Now this is a beautiful... Wait a minute. What? Excuse me. This was made in Thailand? I'm confused. And I don't think this is supposed to be removable. I don't think so. Okay, let's just move on right now. This is getting too weird. Now, moving along, we have Evil Twin. Yeah, I'm skipping over some cars because I want to be consistent. Anyways, here's Evil Twin from 2009 or 2010. And I do like the artwork here, although I do prefer the modern renders of the cars, like that matte manga right there. Yep, it's from... No, it's from 2010, during the Race World era, which was very short-lived, I believe. Ugh, come on. There we go. Come on. Out. Perfect. There's the Evil Twin. Double engines. Twin exhaust pipes. Giant teeth in the front. Jesus Christ. Dominique! Alright, on this casting, we have purple windows, chrome engines, exhaust pipes, and front bumper. Come on. I don't know if these are exhaust pipes or taillights, I'm not sure. Then we got the Wi-Fi wheels. I don't know why anybody would like these on other castings. I mean, this wheel type does work on certain castings, but not all cars work with this wheel type. Right now we're moving on to the 2013 or 2014 Slingshot. Now, in case you don't know, this original Slingshot I got over a year ago has this gap in here. But then, because of a new rule that was implemented, it was tore out. Yeah, this is gone. Like, this gap is finally gone. Now, I will mention this about the Teku Slingshot, which I have it over there. But right now, let's get this stupid thing opened up. Now, in case you don't know, I already have this, but the wheels were broken. So, that's why I picked up this original version. But then I finally found this. Let's get the light on to compare them. Now, they are obviously the same car, but weirdly, this one's a metal on metal, while this one's a metal on plastic. Like, take a look at the bases, for example. Yeah, this is an entirely different casting right now. You know, they really don't do cars like they used to anymore. Alright, next up, we have a... what should I pick? How about the Ford Mustang GTD? Anyways, we have the Ford Mustang GTD that will be going into my new for 2025 collection, because this is, of course, a brand new for 2025 casting. Now, I already do have the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, which is the 2025 variant, but I don't have its next year's release, that being the GTD, which I actually did do an edit on this casting. Here's the edit. When will my mother learn to shut her mouth? Come on, stupid. Yeah, here's the GTD Mustang. Actually, it looks really nice. Aside from the spoiler, though. Why does the spoiler look like that? On the photos in this shot, it looks really good. But then... Yeah, oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, no. Let's just move on, alright? Okay, that was very, very, very embarrassing. I should have caught that footage. Now we're going to continue with the flea market finds with only 3 left to go before we go into the... Actually, 5 left to go. There's 5 left. So, right here we have the Boulevard Bruiser. This is the first edition from 2011. I picked this one up because of Skizzy Benz. Shout out to this guy. Yeah. 2011. Sorry. Now this is the Boulevard Bruiser. I think this is a predecessor to the Cruise Bruiser. I'm not sure, but I mean, this is actually like a real life muscle car, but unfortunately, this is only a fantasy casting. Wait, is this supposed to have a hole? No, I don't think there's supposed to be a hole there. I don't know why. Oh well. Let's just move along, please. we got the McLaren W1. Now, I do have a McLaren W1, but I don't know where my orange one is. So I picked this one up as the next alternative. Here's the McLaren. Nothing else to say here. Next up, we got the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. I think I completely butchered that. I'm not Italian. I'm American. I speak only English. Although the artwork does look really nice here. Now, I do have a Ferrari already. I just didn't really mention it at all. Goodbye. Now here's the Ferrari. Alright, now we're going to get into our 3 final flea market cars. First up, we have Street Beast. This hasn't been released since 1999, I believe. Street Beast, go bye-bye. Come on. Come on, open. Come on, open. Come on, Jesus. Open it. Open it. Oh, that explains why. Get out of here. Get out of here. Here's the Street Beast. 5 dots do look really good, though. Shame that this is no longer in production. Next up, I have the... Okay, I'm going with the Mad Manga. Oh. Kurt? Really? Don't be like Kurt, people. Don't be like Kurt. Sleeping on the job. Anyways, here's Mad Manga. I picked this version up because this is the car that actually appeared in the Hot Wheels Let's Race TV show. I do like the rendering on this car, really. I mean, this was during the Team Hot Wheels era from like 2012 all the way to 2016. I remember collecting some of the cars during that era, but I don't really remember it fondly, mostly because it was a dark period in Hot Wheels history. Here's the car. Now, in case you couldn't tell, the one in the show is more simplified and not licensed because Falcon is actually a real tire company and a decal company. I'm not sure, but this, like, the Japanese lettering and the Falcon lettering was absolutely yanked out of this casting in the actual show. So I picked this one up because it looks the closest to the one that appears in the show. And the last one I have is Extreme Stir. Now, if you don't remember the last Extreme Stir I got, the last Extreme Stir is the gold one, and that gold one is actually the final ever version of it released. Well, this one is the first ever version released. Why? This is the first edition, and that gold one is the final edition. Don't believe me? Let me grab the gold one and show you. Yeah. These are the only releases of Extreme Stir at all. They released this in 2004, but then they just went on a break with this casting, and then in 2007 they randomly released it in gold, and then boom, nothing. That's why I picked this one up, because it is the first edition, and I picked this one up because it's the final edition, because these are the only Extreme Stirs to ever come into existence. I think it might be the design that didn't sell too well. I'm not really sure. I'll do a video on this car eventually, but right now let's get into the video itself. Now before we go into the Walmart finds, we're going to go into the thrift store finds. Now I did have to pay $1.37 just to buy this Bulletproof because, well, I found this in a Goodwill. Yeah, I found this in an actual Goodwill in the card for only $1.37. Now, in case you couldn't tell, this is from the 50th anniversary back in 2018, which was 7 years ago. I'm not sure. Let me get this open. Oh, come on. Yeah, that card was stiff. So here's Bulletproof. I believe Bulletproof is a sequel vehicle to Bully Goat. I'm not sure. I mean, they do share similar designs. I mean, well, this is an X Racer. I mean, of course, from like 2016. Yeah, 2016. Clear PR5s with red chrome, red interior, blue, transparent blue. Yeah. And now we're going to go into the Walmart finds here. First Walmart find are, of course, the Acceleracers, but we're going to get to them later. Firstly, we have this Solar Reflex. Now, you might think this is a 2025 release, right? No. This is from the 2026 lineup. Now, that's where this gold truck right there came from. Now, let's get this Solar Reflex open. We have not literally seen Solar Reflex since 2023, so it's pretty good to have this casting back in the main line. I'm really glad they brought this back. Now, let's not talk about this anymore, because it's just a recolor. But what's not recolor are these two. But firstly, we're going to get into another new for 2025 from casting. It's the Polestar TRX. This was the winner of the concept of this concept video that was released by Polestar and Hot Wheels. And the designer behind this car is that Shekar? I don't really know. No, I really can't pronounce that name. I really butchered it, I believe. So, this is basically this Cybertruck on steroids. It is actually pretty cool. But the only reason why I picked this one up because it's for the collection. It's for the new for 2025 Hot Wheels collection. Here it is. The Polestar TRX. And finally, we're going into the 2026 category, which is already a month away. It is Bouncin' Bass. I was actually pretty happy that I found this, because I've never seen a new for 2026 model up and close. Now, here's the thing, though. I think I'm one of the few people in America to finally report finding this in a real Walmart in America. I mean, these normally come out in Malaysia first before they release it in Thailand, Canada, and then finally the west coast of America. It's gonna hurt opening this, but oh, yeah, here is Bouncin' Bass. I think it's Bouncin' Bass, I'm not sure. Bouncin' Bass, I'm not sure. But jeez, man, jeez, the gold on this. Wow, it shines. And I do like the simple decals they put on here. And it is low too, which is really suitable for it to be part of the Lay and Low series. And finally, we're going into the main event that y'all have been waiting for. The highly anticipated Hot Wheels Acceleracers 20th anniversary set. Now, I only got Slingshot and Reverb because those are two of the highest sought after cars out of the bunch. Oh, it's gonna hurt an Accelerator fan to open this. Oh no, please, no! Give me a sec. Well, you leave me no choice, Kurt. Gotta call in reinforcements. Yeah. Here is the highly anticipated Teku Slingshot. We finally got a Teku Slingshot. Now, unfortunately, this is of course the retool. Like I mentioned earlier, they molded this part together because of the 2 rivet rule they enforced starting in 2013, 2014. But still, this is a really good looking Teku Slingshot. And the new CM6s that they introduced, just it just looks perfect. It looks very accurate to the movie. Well, to the original diecast, that is. Even though this was never released in the original set. Of course, I'm keeping the package of this and most of the other stuff too. Now, finally, here is the best one of the bunch. Revert. Now, fun fact, they're calling this Revert instead of Reverb because of some trademark issues. Now, unfortunately, in Hobbies Unleashed, when this was returned, they just called it Verts. They just call it Verts because Vert Wheeler's the one who drove it. Vert Wheeler's the one who drives Reverb. But then, they decided to come up with the idea and combine Reverb with Verts and turn it into Revert. That's actually very cool. A really cool idea. And this is heavy, so I'm gonna say that it's a metal on metal casting. Come on. Oh, much better, much better. This is gonna hurt an Accelerator fan. Oh, whoa! It is a metal on metal casting. This is so heavy. Like, dude. Finally getting my hands on a real Acceleracers item like this. It's crazy to think. After 20 years, we will finally get a brand new Acceleracers set. That includes two of the most highly anticipated releases of all time. Now, I think the one who retooled this, I think decided to make it more accurate because the front here is a lot more straight compared to the original casting, which was curved. So the original version can work on a track, while this one can work as a shelf queen or a, I don't know. So this is unfortunately no longer a track star. I mean, well, of course, the original version was, of course, a plastic on metal body, plastic metal on a plastic body, metal base. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling my words. Because, well, and then they got the accurate Beryllium V8 engine. I think it's a Beryllium V8 or a Beryllium V10. I can't remember. And the way they were able to capture this much detail on a brand new casting is so awesome. I think this is also technically a new for 2025 casting as well, because we've not seen a Hot Wheels car this heavy since 2005? 2007? I don't know. Like, this is crazy that we finally get a cheap yet fun to play car that's metal body and a metal base. Now, I do have a couple metal body, metal base cars from the 90s, like this Street Beast I mentioned earlier. But this takes the whole new level of amazing. It really does. And now I have all of Vert Wheeler's cars. I have the Diora 2, I have Power Rage, and now I have this. Now, the only cars I'm missing right now, is Saber, but of course, I don't really have Saber. Well, yeah. So anyways, this is this week's brand new Hot Wheels flea market finds. Signing out. Peace. Roller reflex. Also, before I would open this, I would like to point out this